Good Monday morning. I'm Heather Brown in for Jason Zaresha all week long. This is CBSN Minnesota's morning update. So grab that coffee, maybe grab that iced coffee all week. It's going to be a hot one out there. We're going to get into your news and your weather. But first, Riley tells us just get ready for the 90s every single day this week. Today, we hit 90. You still have that haze out there from those wildfires up in Canada. Humidity not terrible. But find that friend with the boat or with the pool, or just get yourself out to the beach or to the lake because it's going to be a hot one. Let's get talking about this. There's new data that's indicating answering work emails at home after your workday is over is harmful. Duh, right? If it found a correlation between responding in after hours and higher stress levels, the study also found that answering emails on vacation minimizes a person's recovery time between work periods. So for every extra hour of answering emails, your level of stress goes up. So we want to know this. What's your after work email policy? What do you do? Do you respond to people? Do you wait till you get back to the office? Do you do the out of office reply? Love to know. If you're watching this here on Facebook right now, leave a message and we'll go through a couple of them in just a little bit. We are following breaking news out of Tokyo, Japan this morning. The U.S. Olympic Committee says that one of the alternates for the U.S. women's gymnastics Olympic team has tested positive for COVID-19. They have not identified who this alternate is, but we know that she has been put in isolation. Not clear if any other members of the team are isolated at this moment, or even if they were a close contact of this alternate. This gymnast is the first American to test positive in Japan. All this news coming after tennis player Coco Gauff announced that she has tested positive for COVID and will also not compete in the Olympics. It would have been her first Olympic Games. This morning, Toyota said that it is pulling all of its Olympic-related car ads in Japan during the Games. Now, Toyota, one of the top corporate sponsors of the Olympics, paid a lot of money to do that. Despite all this, the Games are moving forward. The opening ceremony is on Friday there. So the best golfers in the world are making their way to the Twin Cities. It is the 3M Open at TPC Twin Cities in Blaine. The practice rounds start up tomorrow. First round of the tournament then tees off on Thursday. This morning, construction has begun on a 2-year project to repair a major Twin Cities interchange. MnDOT is closing 2 lanes of I-94 in each direction between Western Avenue and Mounds Boulevard. That's in downtown St. Paul. The workers will repair and resurface the roadway, fix bridges, and upgrade frontage road sidewalks. MnDOT says that it will keep 2 lanes of traffic open in each direction when it's possible. Project $27 million. It is scheduled to take 2 years to complete. More closures up north because of the wildfires. Superior National Forest officials have expanded restrictions to keep the flames from jumping the border from the Boundary Waters over into Canada, where we know we've seen from this haze down here already fires burning there. That smoke impacting much of Minnesota. Out west, firefighters are battling dozens of wildfires as well. Here's video from the Tamarack fire in Northern California. Oof. At one point, these flames jumping across a highway forced evacuations out there. It has spread nearly 5 miles in just 24 hours, moving quickly out there. Forecasters say that more dangerous fire looms in the coming days as yet another heat wave is scorching the folks out west there. A major summer event that celebrates the LGBTQ community was back in a big way this weekend. Thousands of people came to downtown Minneapolis for this year's Twin Cities Pride Festival. Normally happens in June. This year happened in July. All wrapped up last night. There was art, music, food trucks, community groups, a lot of people filling up Loring Park. They did have to cancel last year because of the pandemic, so people told us that this year it was really emotional to be back together to celebrate.
Energy of getting back together is very intense and in the best possible way.
We don't get a lot of times in the spotlight, and it's nice that we have this Pride event to put us in the spotlight.
And it's a positive event.
Twin Cities Pride is having the big 5-0 next year, so they're already planning for a big celebration. They say they want it to be the biggest year yet. City of Minneapolis is celebrating summer this week. The Aquatennial begins on Wednesday night. They will have the torchlight parade this year. That parade's going to go right by our WCCO studio down here on Nicollet Mall, start at 7:30 at night. And then on Saturday, you can head on down to the riverfront for a pop-up market, some live music, and fireworks. For the first time in 3 years, the milk carton boat races did make their return. This is the 50th anniversary of this very popular summer event on B'nai They seem to float, kind of. I guess, you know, you can't always guarantee that these milk carton boats will float. Last year, Twin Cities Beach Blast, you know, they say it was virtual. It wasn't really held because of COVID. This year, before that, all of it had to be on dry land because E. coli was in the water, but glad to see those coming back. This next story, this one's going to make you smile over and over again. Check out the sweet way that a military dad returned home to surprise his kids. So underneath that lobster suit is Army police officer. He had just spent a year serving in Cuba. Christopher DeWitt became Leroy the Lobster as he talked to summer campers about safety tips. But when it was his 8-year-old's turn to meet him, he handed her a lucky toy that she had given to him before his deployment.
Oh my God! Oh my God! It's her dad!
It's amazing. I've missed her tremendously. So it's really a good feeling right now.
Oh, that hug, and she doesn't want to let go. Lobster wasn't done with surprises, though. He then put the lobster head back on and went across the street to surprise his 4-year-old son. Just so happy for those kids, for the family, for everybody there. I could watch that over and over again. Let's talk about today's talker. We'd love to hear what you're saying. Eric is here to tell us some of your responses. Eric?
Yeah, we got Annette here saying don't answer emails out of office. When work is done, it's family time. Your spouse and kids need you.
Yep.
Extra exclamation points on that.
Yeah, well, she's very passionate about it, as she should be.
Michelle says out of office, it can wait.
There you go, Michelle.
It's kind of a trend here. And we have one more that says we are work from home. Sorry, we are WFH. So the temptation sits in my office. I just ignore. Is it really a temptation though?
I think for some people, especially if you're working from home, how do you know what your office hours are sometimes, right? Like we hear people working early in the morning, late at night. But they make the point, the researchers make the point that if you do that, your recovery time just isn't there if you're doing it all the time.
Right. So I just ignore the siren calls from my laptop until my next shift.
So we don't have any supporters of, yes, answer all those work emails from home?
I mean, all the people that would be supporting, like answering them from home, are not in work yet. So they're sleeping in because they've been answering their emails all weekend.
Good. Well, everybody, thank you. Thanks for chiming in this morning on the work emails. I'm with you too. Wait till you get back. Take that time for yourself. And thank you for watching us, though, for taking the time out here. We'll see you back here tomorrow.